What's going on, guys? Kivox here and Meekachii. We're doing a TBR and wrap up for June and July.
Got him.
Got him. Got him. Got him.
So once again, it's coming out in one video because we suck and only read like 2 books.
1.
2.
You read 3.
2.
No, you read 3. I have 3
Oh, yeah,
stickers.
I read 3.
I have 3 stickers for you, dummy.
Oh, man. Okay, I did a little better.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So we're going to start with that. Should I put this aside?
Yeah.
All right. Can I put it over to your side then? Thanks.
First book we read was Seven Blades in Black.
Where are the
by
stickers?
Sam Sykes.
I lost the stickers.
I lost them too.
They were here. They were legit right here. What'd you do with them? Look what you did. You moved them. If you guys don't know, I'm gonna explain it right now. I made these at the beginning of the year, and as we read books, we make these little stickers of the books, as you can see,
and vote.
and then we put them on our voting thing. These are DNFs. The stars are our favorites.
Ultra favorite.
These are 5s, and so on and so on and so on. Pretty self-explanatory.
So this was a book club book. I think?
What do you think, Meek? What do you think, Meek?
It was all right.
I think it was not good. The audiobook I started reading, and it was terrible. If you're going to read this, you got to read physical. Do not read digital, or do not read audio. I mean, you could read digital. That's fine, too. But just read the physical words.
It's not even one of those books where you can, like, follow along with the audiobook. Because I do that a lot. I just like people reading to me. And literally on every single page, she says something wrong. She completely changes words. She replaces words. She makes up new words. She eliminates words. And I'm like, what? And she doesn't, like, pronounce her words fully. Like, you can't understand what she's saying half the time. She, like, slurs her words. Like, it just produced so poorly. And yeah, like, even following along, you get angry because she changes stuff all the time and makes mistakes, and it's just, like, so bad. The writing. I feel like this author, I would read more by this author. So I feel this book was a little long. I enjoyed the humor aspect of it. I enjoyed the main character herself. The story itself really wasn't that bad. I think the thing that killed it for me was I tried to do the audio along with it. However, it did get a little redundant after a while. I felt like it was a little too long. But I wouldn't totally write this author off at this point.
Is it a multi-story thing?
Yeah.
Ugh. I hate when you have a book that, like, you don't like, and they're like, we're gonna write more of this, and you're just like,
I did enjoy the ending of this. I really did. I think I gave it a 3 to a 3.5 when I finished reading it. So maybe I'll give it like a 3.25-ish.
So what? That's 3.
Slightly better.
Slightly.
There's no way it's.
You think it's better than all of these books? Okay, I mean, it's as good as this, like, dumb love book thing. So I could see it.
It was okay, in my opinion.
All right.
It wasn't my favorite. I mean, as far as fantasy worlds go, I like the world. I like the magic system. I thought little things like that were cool. Some of the characters were cool. It was too long and too something. He DNF'd it. Their first DNF. Why is this a good thing?
Other hand, you ever high five somebody in your life? You were like, what do I do? Like this? Yeah, it's my first one. I'm very proud of it. But look at this. I got 1, 1, 1, and then a bunch of really good books.
True.
So I'm doing pretty well. You have mostly 3s. I mean, look, yours makes more sense than mine, because if you think about it, average is around 3. So average books are around 3, and then everything else is usually like the spread. That's why this is called the average, right? A 3 would be the average. So that's good. But the thing is, for me, it doesn't actually work like that because I only read suggested books by you.
Yeah.
So therefore,
So usually I like a book.
And I'll be like, I'm going to read that. Or, you know,
I'm really interested in something.
But I'm also going to credit myself for being a very good judge of synopses. I occasionally will pick a bad book. I'm going to give you that. But when you tell me about a book, I go, that sounds dumb. I don't want to read it. And then I don't. And then I'm very happy because I didn't. And then sometimes I listen to you and I'm like, why did you make me read this? Do Totoro next.
Yeah, so I read My Neighbor Totoro. Can't say that neighbor.
My Neighbor Totoro.
This is, I believe, it was written after the movie came out. This movie was one of, like, my favorite movies growing up. I just adored it. I still adore it to this day. Totoro is, like, one of my favorite characters of all time. He's just so awesome. The book was good. I mean, I think it's definitely geared more toward children. However, I do feel like the children were written well. A lot of times I'll read stories with children in it, and I think they're just completely not written well at all, and, like, they're just not realistic. But I do feel like they are written well in this. The magical element was there. I think, honestly, though, if you're gonna get into Totoro and you really want to, like, delve yourself into this world, just watch the movie. Like, it's really magical and pretty and cute.
It's exactly the same, pretty much, right? They didn't go a different direction.
I do like how in this, though, they explain certain things that they didn't in the movie. Like,
because they probably couldn't because of the time constraint.
You could tell what's wrong with the mother, for goodness sake.
Why? But that is not. So movies have to be very specific because why tell us that if there's no need? A book can be way more detailed and can tell you all this information because it's a different format. It's a different medium of the art that you're telling. A movie, trust me, so many movies get so, like, just pointless. It's like, why tell? Remember when I told you, why tell me this information? Only tell me information that matters to the story, especially in movies, right?
Yes, but I feel...
You said yes, weird.
Yeah.
You went, yes.
But I feel that, like, that was one of my biggest things. Like, they make the mother in the movie seem so sick, and, like, she can't come home, and the kids are really devastated.
What did she have, like, diarrhea?
No,
she's like,
I mean, she was really sick, don't get me wrong.
I got diarrhea,
but,
real
like,
bad diarrhea.
Maybe it's because I'm a nurse. I'm like, what's wrong with her? I need to know what's wrong with her.
She's like, I got diarrhea. I got to go to the village.
No, she had tuberculosis, which is
That's
a
not
major
That's
illness,
not diarrhea.
But
that's not as funny as diarrhea. Diarrhea would have been way funnier.
But I just feel like I like the fact that this author added in little things like
the tuberc is pretty serious.
I know.
Okay.
But I wanted to know.
Is that the one you cough a lot?
It is a respiratory disease.
Yeah, you cough. It's the coughing sickness.
You have blood.
And coughs.
Anywho.
And you call it the tuberc.
I feel like
it's as good as the other one? Oh my god. Did you read Howl's Moving Castle this year?
No.
Oh, so by the way, this book was one of the ones that she got to unwrap.
Totoro, not Seven Blades.
Yeah, this one. Totoro.
You pointed to the other one.
I pointed to that one right there.
Anyway, yes, so this was one of my wrapped books, so I had to read it last month, and I did. I'm good so far.
You've done all 6 for 6. I'm so proud of you. How do we do this again? And then we read the best book of the year.
Hero of Ages, the last book in the Mistborn trilogy.
If you haven't read Mistborn, get off your ass and go read Mistborn, please. Because it is my favorite series. I freaking love it. This book made it my favorite series. The other two were both 5s. You can see. Where are they? Oh, yeah. They're both 5s for me. And just, I'm going to do it right now. I'm not even going to talk about the book. I'm going to just stick my thing on there.
This isn't a 5 for you. I'm guessing it's a star.
This is not a 5. All right? It wasn't as good as the other two. It wasn't as good as the other two. It was better.
I would have laughed so hard if you put that upside down because I thought you did.
Oh, I didn't even. It was a 50-50 chance. That was a 50. Ooh.
We literally can't say anything about this book besides it was really good and a fantastic ending, and you really should read Mistborn if you haven't.
But we did do live stream for all 3 of them. So if you guys do read the books, you can go back and watch our live streams and see us talk about each of them. And we had already read the first one, but we didn't really remember anything because we read it like 6 or 7 years ago.
We read
like
the
forever.
first 2.
I read like part of the second one. I didn't
Oh.
read the whole second one. And then so I didn't remember what happened at the end because I didn't know. And then this one we hadn't read, so it was like going into this we were like completely fresh. And man, Brandon Sanderson is just so amazing. And this is like one of his first series that he wrote, right?
Yeah.
Like I can't wait. We're doing some other ones of his books, and it's so good. We can't talk about it, but please watch those other videos because they're awesome. You gave it a star too? Oh my god!
This book gave me all the emotions.
Ugh.
I cried so hard. And what makes it even funnier is I had just finished this book, and then Kivox started listening to it out loud, and I cried again. I was like, I can't hold the emotion in. I literally cried
It was
twice.
really funny too because like we were laying in bed listening to it, and I'm listening to it, and I hear, and I look over, and I'm like, are you squeaking? Like, what are you doing? And
I
she's
was like trying to hold in my crying.
It was awesome. I was like, that's how I feel too. That's how I feel. I mean, all right. So this.
But I cry for everything. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a sad book. It's so good. Like sometimes there are things that are just so good it makes you emotional, and sometimes there's sad things that make you cry, and sometimes there's just I don't know. It gave me so many feels.
It was really good. It was so good. Everything. I loved it. It was the perfect book for me. I liked it more than Sam. And I really liked Sam. Sam is a close second for me when it comes to sufficiently advanced magic, when it comes to favorites.
Yeah.
But like this series, let's see how that series ends. And let's see when we start incorporating Karis's story and stuff like that into it.
Oh, you're talking about the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So let's see how that ends up because that's still part of it. And then I can make a good comparison. But those 2 are my 2 favorite book series of all time right now.
So that's all we read.
That's all we read. We didn't read a lot, but I'm so glad. I mean, this is so good. This is so good. And it's a big book. What is it? Like almost 800 pages?
No.
750. 745. So
It's worth it.
I want to reread it. Maybe the second half.
Yeah, like I don't feel like I listened to the very end twice, so I don't feel like I need to listen to it again right now or read it again. But yeah, the audiobooks are really good too, I think.
So good. The audiobooks are great. Yeah, the narrator's amazing. He's very good.
On to the next.
As I previously mentioned, I, at the beginning of the year, wrapped 12 books. I chose 12 books from the shelf that she put all the ones that I could pick from, which is a whole,
It was like
at least 400 books that I could choose from.
That was not that many. Probably
There's
a
6.
couple
This
hundred.
bookshelf can hold 650 books.
Okay, it may have been 400.
Yeah. So we have 6 left, and
I have to read these every month. It's basically to give me a surprise book to read every month and dwindle my TBR shelf a little bit.
So close your eyes. Close your eyes and pick a number 1 through 6. Ding, 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 ding. And let me know if you want me to start at the top or the bottom.
No, you choose.
The top it is. Go ahead, pick a
2.
2. 2 it is. Down, down.
Oh, at least it's hardcover.
Yeah, so it's probably not that many
That many's.
pages. That many's pages.
How long did these take you to wrap? You didn't tell us
This took me like 13 days to wrap all 12
Guys,
of
this
these.
gets more ridiculous.
13 days. Do you
every
understand how long
time.
they were precision folded and
Look
precision.
at you ruined this one.
No, you ruined that one. That you must have just done that because I did not do that. These are you could remove these to redo them. Look at that. Look at how.
Did you glue this shut?
I spent hours,
You
days.
really glued it.
I really glued it, huh? Look, where's the tape marks? There's no tape on there.
Seriously.
Look how good I did. I'm so amazing at rapping. I would put Eminem to shame. I don't remember what book this is about. I don't remember what this is about.
Tahara Mafi's Nevermore.
It sounds
Furthermore.
It sounds like anime.
I can't English.
Is this one of the books that you got at like one of those
book outlet
depository? Suppository?
Depository. There are only 3 things that matter to Alice Alexis Queen's Meadow. Mother, who wouldn't miss her. Magic and color, which seems to elude her. And most important of all, Father, who always loved her. It's been almost 3 years since the day Father disappeared from Farronwood with nothing but a ruler in his pocket, but Alice is determined to find him. She loves her father even more than she loves adventure, and she'll have to embark on one to find the other. To bring Father home, Alice will travel through the mythical, dangerous land of Furthermore, where down can be up, paper is alive, and left can be both right and very, very wrong. Wow. So it's, I think, a middle grade novel, but I've heard good things about it, and this author.
I'm gonna let you know something right now. That synopsis does not sound good. That sounds super boring.
I hear it's good.
It sounds super cliche. You know how I feel about cliche.
It's really pretty, though.
The cover's awesome, and it looks like anime.
Yeah.
I like it as well.
We will see.
Wish us luck.
Are you going to read it?
No.
Oh. What if I say it's awesome?
Then maybe.
We have a book club.
Wow, thanks. We have a book club.
I gotta look.
We do a book club every month, guys. We do 2. Usually one in the middle of the month and one at the end of the month.
So this month, our July 14th book club live stream is going to be based on Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky.
We're around 4 hours into this each, and I'm really liking it.
It's weird.
I'm liking it, and I'm liking it because I cannot predict what's going to happen. It's one of those things that it's like, this is written very, like, it's a very unique story, surprisingly. Like, I was very surprised at how unique the story is.
It makes it sound very cliche on the back.
Yes, it's not, the synapse is not the best. Yeah.
It literally makes it feel very, like, just typical sci-fi.
Yep.
But it is written very unique, and it definitely has that, like, thriller feel where it's like, I want to know what's going to happen.
Like Michael Jackson Thriller? Oh.
No, it's just like suspense. Like, I need to know what's going to happen, so I'm going to keep reading it type of thing. So, if you want to join us, it is kind of a long book, so you don't have a super long time to catch up. But, I mean, I gotta be honest, I've only been reading... I opened it up, and the first word is a swear.
Oh.
But anyway.
It was the F word. Frank!
Fun.
Oh.
So...
Fudge.
I've only been reading it for a couple days, and we're already, like, 175 pages in, though. Like, it's a pretty quick read.
I only read it for 1 day. I haven't read it any more than that 1 day.
If you're Jiraiya, you'll finish it in 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. 2 hours tops.
It is very unique and good so far. I recommend it so far.
So far. If you get past 170 pages and it's bad, I'm sorry. But
like I said,
at least up to 170, it's good.
July 14th. If
July
you want to read this one with us. If you want to read our second pick, July 28th. So the good thing about this one is we are... hold on. We're doing a Brandon Sanderson. I almost said Branderson.
We're doing a Branderson book reading thing.
We could call it that. Why not?
Yeah, let's do a Branderson.
We're doing a Branderson read.
We're coining that. That's
where
our
we
thing
are
now.
reading all of his Cosmere books in a specific order that you will learn once Kivox puts the video out. But the next one in the series is Warbreaker. This is a standalone, so if you haven't been following along with us, this is a place that you can start and pick up at this book. I hear that it is a decent starting point for some people, and some people actually choose to start here. It is in the Cosmere, but it is a standalone. So, this one is July 28th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I forgot to mention that the other one is also 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is when we do the live stream. I literally know nothing about this book, and I don't want to know. I feel like with Branderson, you should just go in naked.
Naked. Yes, those are two things that we've invented: Branderson and naked.
I'm pretty sure. You really think we created Branderson?
We just came up with it. So if somebody else also had the brilliant idea of calling it that, then they're cool too. But we are also cool for coming.
I came up with it by accident, so it's my thing.
Okay, so all right, fine.
Anyway,
I didn't have anything to do with it.
So this one is about 650 pages, which is a little shorter than his other books.
Just a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
Couldn't you share the wealth?
I like this cover.
I like you.
Oh, thanks.
Until you called me out on not helping you.
You should read some Brandon Sanderson if you have not read anything by him
Oh,
yet.
Brandon Sanderson. Hopefully someday we get to talk to him. I want to interview him and be like, why are you so good? Why are you such a gift to us? And keep writing, please. Please keep writing books. I don't care what you write. Just write. I'll read whatever you write.
We have literally never read anything by him that we rated less than like 5 stars, pretty much.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Then, I am going to be participating in the Reading Rush, which I hate that new name, by the way. I'm sorry.
What is the Reading Rush?
It is the Booktubeathon.
Is it like the rainbow, the Reading Rainbow?
It is the new name for the Booktubeathon, which I don't like that new name. I'm sorry for the creators, because I know you tried to make it all fun and exciting and new, but...
Wait, what is it again?
The Reading Rush. I don't like change. And I mean,
I guess it is more of a reading rush because you're trying to rush in 1 week.
However, is the fact. What I do, however, is the fact.
You got it. You said it right.
That they got rid of the 7th challenge being reading 7 books in 7 days, because unless I'm on vacation, there's no way that's happening. So because we are so limited on time, I literally spent like 2 hours researching one book that fits every single category, and I'm pretty sure I found one.
What is it?
We're going to go over the categories. So the book is The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams.
Am I doing this too?
You could.
We have the audiobook, right?
I don't know. If not, I could get it. Challenge number 1. Read a book with purple on the cover. There's lots of purple on this cover. Read a book in the same spot the entire time. Easy. I read in the same spot all the time.
It's also a pretty short book. You could probably two sessions and you could read that.
I read in the same spot pretty much every time I read. Read a book you meant to read last year. I actually did have this on a readathon list last year and was going to read it, and then I changed it last second. So that does hold true. I was going to put this in a readathon, and I didn't. Read an author's first book. So technically this is not his first published work, because he worked on movies and not movies, like TV shows and stuff like that, but it is his first book. So it is his debut novel and his first published book, which is this says, so it counts. Oops. Read a book with a non-human main character. So if you watch the video that the Reading Rush put out, they said that it doesn't have to be the absolute main character, but just a main character in the book, and one of the main characters in this is an alien, so he's not human. Pick a book that has 5 or more words in the title. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So 6 words. And they did say words like the and stuff like that do count.
It checks out.
Read and watch a book to movie adaptation. This was made into a movie.
And it's a pretty good movie.
So
I like
boom, I just punched myself in the face. But after long deliberation and thought, I found a book that got all 7 categories in one book that I'm going to read for the readathon.
Maybe me too. When is this?
So I think, that's a good question.
Last week.
It is July 22nd through the 28th, which is when we will be reading this. If you guys happen to have found a book that covers all the categories also, let me know, because I'm really interested to see. This is literally the only one that I could find / think of that fit every single category. And it only works because they got rid of the 7 books in 7 days challenge. That's like a bonus challenge this year. Thank God. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to read this because I'm just like, it took me so long to find a book that fit all of that. Sometimes we do buddy reads on Discord, so if you are a patron, any level of patron, you can get into the Discord, and we have a couple of book channels on there. We have just one that's like a book channel, and then we have a spoiler one where we usually do like a buddy read. We kind of failed in May and didn't really read a book in May, but this month we're reading the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, and I'm really liking this so far. It is very unique and very beautifully written, and I don't know how to explain this book because the synopsis like doesn't do it justice, and I don't really want to say it, but it's basically a world this author created with some people with special powers that kind of get discriminated against for having those powers, and they kind of have to hide in this world. There are some supernatural type creatures. It's just a very unique world. They're talking about like the end of the world coming, and basically like the world is dying, and even though the world dies all the time, I mean, people on the world die and civilization on the world die. This time the world itself is actually dying, apparently. I'm probably going to be completely wrong, but that's what I got from the beginning of this book. I'm like 60 pages in, but I'm really liking it so far. And it seems like the other people that are reading it with me are liking it also. It's definitely unique. It's very well written, and I just like want to see what happens in this book. What do you think? You gonna read it? Why not? It's pretty good.
No, apparently I'm only reading these 2 books this month.
You could read this one. It's pretty good.
I need to finish the other 2.
This one if you have time. Then I've just kind of on and off been reading Youre Cool.
Youre Cool
by Dacre.
It's pretty Youre Cool, Meek.
I just kind of pick this up randomly when I'm just feeling like I want random stuff to read. It's actually really good. It's written pretty well, and it's very interesting. It's the origin story. It's the origin story of Dracula. But what makes it really unique is Bram,
his son.
No, Bram is the
dad.
What are you talking about?
Bram Stoker.
The author for Dracula is the main
character in this book. That's what I was saying.
And this guy is like
his son.
A descendant of his. I think he's a nephew.
It's his nephew.
Why are you?
I'm helping you. Can't you tell?
Not helping.
I was helping. That's how I help.
But it is really cool so far. So I want to finish this month. I'm only like 150 pages into it or something.
But that other one though, Children of Time.
What about it?
I thought it involved time travel. It kind of does.
Yeah.
Because we're technically time traveling right now. Because we're traveling forward in time. It involves like sleep. Like, what is it called? Hibernation? Cryo sleep, yeah. So like you're jumping in time forward. You know, there's no back.
You're like being frozen in time so that you can travel long distances and live thousands
But time
of years.
goes by. You
yeah.
know? Like, yeah, that's the thing.
It's so unique though. You should read this one with me. I really want to know what you think about this book. It's good so far.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this book-related video, and let us know what your TBR and what books you've read, and if you're going to read any of these books with the 2 of us, possibly the 1 of us. And if you want to join that Discord, Patreon, Discord, book spoiler, book or read-a-thon, read along with
Buddy read.
Buddies. Feel free. The link is down below.
Let me know down below.
At the end of the video, and maybe over there. I don't know.
Let me know down below if you guys are gonna do the reading rush this year, and if so, what books you chose.
Reading rush. Why did they call it that? That's such a bad name. It's not good. I don't like it.
Let me know if you're doing the booktubeathon this year.
We're calling it booktubeathon. Son.
And I really want to know if anyone else thought of one book that fits all those categories, because it took me a long time, and I want to know if there's others out there.
Was there some sort of like legal thing with BookTubeathon? Did somebody like else have it or
they
something?
just decided to change it. I guess they claim they got multiple people every year wondering if the readathon was only for booktubers. Which I guess I can see why people would think
people
that.
are pretty stupid, so I get it. I mean, some of the comments that we get are pretty bad. Yeah. Like, are you guys brother and sister?
We have the same color hair.
That means that we're related. Like, it's like everybody else with black hair.
I burped.
Can't you see that our skin tone's like the same? You see how alabaster I am? And how tan she looks? Got him. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys stay tuned this long, I'd like to for you to leave a comment down below, including the word glue.
Okay.
Glue.
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 Glue. Glue. Glue.
Oh no, look at her teeth! Look at her teeth!
You look so stupid, dog.
Oh my god, I wish
you
you
look
could
like
see
an
it.
idiot.
She
She's
went
like this. Stupid dog. Ah, your teeth look so stupid.
What's wrong with your mouth?
You're a stupid dog. Yeah,
I think she thinks we're saying the G word.
Good.
Goo.
Oh, a galoo.
Galoo.
Did anybody feed her?
I don't know.
No, we didn't even feed a dog. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Say bye, Meek.
Bye, Meek.
Bye, bye, bye.
Goo?
You want goo?
Look at her
Come here.
teeth. What is wrong with your
Come here.
teeth?
Come here. Ooh, you want goo?
Who wants goo?
You want goo?
Who?
You want goo?
Goo? Or do you got peepees?
You want goo? What you do?
Do you got peepees?
You want peepees and goo goo? You want goo and peas? You want pee pee goo?